This is a huge deal, I would think, for you, because when you look at the easiest markets to move into, I would imagine when you look internationally, UK is going to be kind of top of your list.
Well, it's one of the easier ones because of language, but it's also one of the most strategic. Both the size of its user base as well as the ability to monetize in that market makes the UK extremely strategic for us.
I should back up and ask what Nextdoor is, if I can try to get you to tell me.
Private social network for neighborhoods. We all use social networks today, Facebook for friends, right. LinkedIn for colleagues, but there hasn't been a social network until Nextdoor that helps us communicate with what we believe is one of the most important communities of them all, and that's the community right outside your front door.
I think this is so cool, because I think that this is it's a company that I mean, to be so kind, you know that I'm not usually like that, but I really think that it's important for people to connect with people and for people to connect with their neighbors and to know who their neighbors are and to know what's happening in the community, and it changes the nature of the community. It makes it better, and you guys are doing that with technology.
Well, we live in an increasingly divided world, that's the truth, and most social networks, because we handpick our friends or our follower list, they're just echo chambers for us to hear more of the same.
As witnessed by the election.
Nextdoor is different, though. Nextdoor is not about who you know, it's about where you live. It's about coming together with your neighbors to make the neighborhood better for everyone. We've been around for almost 5 years, and now 75% of American neighborhoods use the service.
So talk to me about revenues and what you might expect. I don't expect you to actually tell me your revenues, even if I begged, but give me a sense of what this UK opportunity might be if we were to look at it 3 years from now.
Well, last year we had two big priorities. One was to begin international expansion. So we launched in the Netherlands about 9 months ago, and then the UK 4 months ago, and to start to sow the seeds for monetization. And so we're testing some things in various markets. We had a very good response from both national businesses and local businesses, and you're going to see more in 2017 of both. International expansion, particularly in Western Europe, and you'll start to see some revenue products that we're pretty excited about.
Revenue and local advertising has been you know, one of the holy grails of the internet, and it's been a very difficult thing going back 10 or 15 years even, and you've seen different companies come with different approaches. Google, one might argue, is very good at local. Groupon, maybe not, it's unclear. I wonder when you look at that, you've looked at it more than most people, what do you see as the biggest fallacies about getting local advertising online?
Well, the fallacy is that the demand isn't there. The demand is certainly there. The difficulty, and one of the true criticisms, is it's hard to scale. Most of the time when people have successful local monetization, it's because they hire a lot of salespeople.
Right.
And so one of the big challenges, and we believe
Yellow Pages style, right?
Yellow Pages style, thousands of salespeople calling on businesses over and over again. We believe one of the biggest opportunities for Nextdoor is because we're so well adopted, many of our members are the owners of those local businesses. And so they will call on us because they're familiar with the platform and they want to be part of it.
Can you make the advertising easy to buy? I mean, Twitter has certainly struggled with that. Although I'm going to give Twitter some credit. Twitter's made it a lot easier to buy ads. It's made it a lot easier to buy promoted tweets just by tweaking things, adding buttons, putting things in more logically oriented places. Do you look at that as a model at all, or is it
well, the reality is building robust ad systems is actually quite challenging. If you look at the number of engineers that Google employs that are working on ad systems, the number of engineers that Facebook employs, and then Twitter as well. So certainly we would like our systems to be as robust and easy to use as theirs, but we got to get started, and that's where we are now.
Do you see other models or other formats that might be important here in terms of ads? Or is there one kind of format you think is going to work the best? Because, again, you're talking about a very different kind of advertiser.
Well, advertising has to be performant, obviously, and it has to be something that local businesses understand. They're not buying AdWords. They don't have an analyst at their shop that's looking at yield and really understanding CPA and CPC. They just want to know that they are a part of the conversation. They want to know that whatever they do, whether it's a Yellow Pages ad,
I want to push back on that. It seems to me if you're Fenton's Ice Cream on Piedmont Avenue in Oakland, you know that if you say you want to buy the AdWords for Oakland Ice Cream or Piedmont Ice Cream, which refers to your street or your city, and you know what we want ice cream, right? They probably know those words better.
Well, you can buy that AdWord, but you don't have a website. So where is that AdWord going to go? I think the fundamental difference between, say, Facebook and Google, who are sending traffic to websites where you can fulfill whatever you're looking for, and Nextdoor, is that many of our potential advertisers, they fulfill in the real world, not on a website. So let's take the ice cream example. You can buy an AdWord for ice cream, but how are you going to actually sell the ice cream? You're going to do that in person. So we're looking at models that introduce these businesses to consumers in an easy-to-understand way, but then the consumers have to go out and patronize the actual stores.